AllnDaKards family. This is Kazaya with AllnDaKards coming to do your new reading. Now this reading is on Karrueche, right? This is Karrueche right here, Karrueche Tran. That's her. She is dating Deion Sanders, they say, right? Deion is my boy, you know, from back in the day. You know, he's a little way older than her. Deion Sanders, he got children that's in their, I think, 20s. I think she might be in her 30s, right? Yeah, so it's a big age difference, put it like that, older. And then I seen something on, which I don't know if it's true or not. We're going to tap in and see what's going on with Karrueche. But I seen that she is dating him, but also could be pregnant. So I'm like, oh my God, you know, to each his own. But yeah, so we wanted to see what's going on with Miss Karrueche. Karrueche also used to date Chris Brown, okay? That's what people knew her from. She's an actress, or she does like acting now. I think she was in one of my shows that I used to love to watch with her was Claws. I think the one with her and Niecy Nash, if I'm not mistaken. Niecy was in there, but I know it was the one with the nails, and she played that part. I love that show. So that's where I got to really like Karrueche. But this is Karrueche, so let's get into it and let's see what Karrueche got going on, family. Okay, we're just gonna tap in and see what's going on in her energy. You know, is she in this relationship? What is to come of her relationship? Let's just tap in and see what's going on with Miss Karrueche. Okay, you guys know with these celebrity readings, I'm at my desk. I'm not in my purple space, right? So take these readings as they come. I'm doing a lot of studying and stuff, right? So between that, I'll do these readings. All right, so let's get to it. Karrueche Tran, what is the energy for Karrueche Tran? Okay, that flew out. Okay, she need to do some spiritual work. Okay, she may need to do some type of meditation. Okay, work. Maybe she does this. Maybe she works with rituals and crystals and she's doing something like that. I'm seeing loyalty, respect, trusted, shown, not told. So she could be a loyal person. I'm seeing finances pop out. Okay, so there's something, she may be going through some type of financial woe, playing chess, not checkers. Okay, so that lets me know she could be doing some things around finances to make sure she is okay, right? Maybe money is not flowing the way it used to be. So she's doing some things, right? She could already be into, I'm seeing toxic as F fly out. And you know it. So she could be having this type of energy or in some type of toxic situation. I'm seeing, yes, it's yours, you manifested it, but then sticking out of the divine feminine. So she is into some type of spiritual aspect of things. I feel like because this is the first card out and this is my spiritual card, so she's probably already doing some spiritual work. Okay, she may like astrology, numerology. She may be having some altars or something like that. But it looks like she's got some type of financial situation going on, or could down the line. Okay, this is a reading in reference of what's in her energy. This is a spiritual reading. All of this also, I have to say, for entertainment purposes only. This is all non-factual. I don't know her. This is what the ancestors is bringing out in reference of the messages. Okay, so there is some things she's trying to manifest into her life, but there is some toxicity in her life as well. Okay, something that's very toxic. I don't know if that's the relationship, if it's a financial money management aspect of things. I'm not sure. We'll have to clarify. Okay, Karrueche Tran. What's in the energy of Karrueche Tran? What's in the energy of Karrueche Tran, ancestors? Confirmation just flew up, so I don't know. Let's see. Ancestors, give me more messages of what we need to know about Karrueche Tran. What is Karrueche Tran? Okay, thank you, ancestors. Pregnant. So, when they said that she was pregnant, ancestors is saying she may have a baby on the way. About to give birth, pregnancy. Energy, how does it feel? So she may be tapping into energy or tapped into some type of energy. And then I have delusional. Wow, time to get real and wake the F up. and then know thyself. Get to know thyself first. Spiritual growth. Okay, family, I'm gonna stop there. Okay, first thing first, I got my major 2 cards of toxicity and delusional. Ancestors is showing me this because this could be the energy that either Karrueche is in, because I asked what's her energy and what's going on with her. She may be in a toxic situation and delusional to some things of how it may play out in her future. Ancestors is saying to her, this is actually like given in reference of how it's coming out, and especially around the energy of finances in some way. It's like as if maybe she's putting her energy into that, right, in some shape, form, or fashion. Ancestors definitely telling her with this finance card, it's time to check your coins, slow down spending. She may have some issues in investing and saving, okay? But there's definitely, maybe she's not utilizing her energy in the best way. It is coming up that there is a pregnancy here, okay? So there's definitely a pregnancy here. In reference of the energy that I'm seeing for Karrueche, let's clarify some of this, okay? Let's clarify some of this. Clarity on what's going on with Karrueche in this spiritual work, or this, is she tapping in? Does she do rituals, meditation? She's doing something spiritual here, ancestors. And can you give me clarity on this? Do some spiritual work, or she's doing some spiritual work for Karrueche Tran. Thank you. 10 of Swords, some endings. Okay, so maybe she's, yeah, and the 9 of Coins. So it could be that she's done some things around, you know, spiritual work around the things that have ended for her, some things that she may have, because this is what came out to clarify the 10 of Swords. But this is also about betrayal. So she may be doing some, or have been doing meditation, got into some type of spiritual practices. And I'm even hearing yoga. She may be into yoga. She may be into some type of spiritual practices behind the things that she no longer has and things that had ended very badly for her in the past. I feel like this has brought her to a different aspect in her life. Like this is her with the 9 of Coins. I feel like what she went through and what she's ended, what she cut off, which was very, very brutal. It could have been very betrayal, things like that. I feel like that's what the ancestors is saying that brought her to the point of stability in some shape, form, or fashion, where she had to go get it for herself. The 9 of Coins is all about, you know, financial abundance, right? But as you see on the card here, she's by herself, you know what I'm saying? And that 9 of Pentacles is like rewarded efforts and success of some sort, her achievement, her independence that she's had in the past. Some things may have ended towards that. And so, you know, it looks like the ancestors is saying with the 10 of Swords, it's like, you know, maybe it is that she had to gravitate to someone, you know, in reference of the 10 of Swords, right? That's lover, right? Or something that she may, you know, the 10 of Swords is definitely a card of something ending, right? Backstabbing, treachery, bad mouthing, resentment, laziness, failure, you know, breakdowns, weariness, deaths, right? Inability to cope, hitting rock bottom, right? You know, breaking different things, endings, right? And it's like some spiritual work that she's either doing or she needs to do to come out of this type of energy. It could be in reference of these finances. So let's see. Karrueche Tran finances. Why is this here? Ancestors for Karrueche Tran finances. Why is this here for Karrueche Tran and the energy that is in, that she's in at this time? Let us know. Thank you, ancestors. The 2 of Wands, trying to figure out which way to go. You see this card is black and white, right? So that goes back to a couple of things for me. And there's the Chariot card. So her moving forward into whatever situation it is about her finances. Also, her having to try to take care of a fast car that she may have had. She may have been gifted a car or given a car. Or there's something about a car and some type of finances around a vehicle. This looks like a Porsche. It could be a Porsche or some type of luxury car that she's having maybe financial situations, or did have some type of financial situation around, and she may had to figure out exactly which way to go. make some decisions about this vehicle, about some type of transportation, or even in reference of moving forward in whatever her situation may have been, maybe waiting on a new job, or, detachments from being able to, move quickly like she used to. This Chariot card with the Two of Wands on the finances is definitely a card about her being able to also travel, move around like she used to. These are things, options, and so forth. And this looks like things that came to a split, whether she had to figure out what I want to do, how I'm going to maneuver, how I'm going to take care of my fast cars, traveling, things that I love to do, that type of thing. Why is the toxicest F here for Karrueche Tran? The toxicest F here for Karrueche Tran and the energy she's in at this time. Toxicest F. Okay, that flew out. Got it again. Here's the King of Wands in reverse. Oh, so she's dealing with a King of Wands in reverse and the Chariot on the bottom of the deck again. This is once again, Chariot keeps coming up for her. That Chariot keeps coming up for her in reference of energy. First of all, that's Cancer energy. I don't know when her birthday is. I have to look and see what's her sign. Let me see. May 17th. So she's a Taurus. So what I do know is that the toxicest F is clarified with the King of Wands, okay? And the Chariot on the bottom, which is all about control. So this King of Wands is very controlling. This King of Wands is somebody who's successful. The King of Wands, when it's in reverse, just to let you guys know, that's not a great person, right? This person is lacks self-control, very hostile, very aggressive, this person can coerce someone into doing what they want them to do, because Wands is about action. So she's dealing with this type of toxicity in her life, or she has. This person is very aggressive, very violent as well, okay? This person wants what they want when they want it, okay? With the Chariot being on the bottom of the deck, that definitely is about somebody, like I said, who wants control over her in a situation. So she may be dealing with the King of Wands who is very aggressive, a King of Wands who is somebody who she's dealing with at this time, it looks like to me, because it's a male. This is male energy. I don't know if it's Dion that she's dealing with. This could be the energy he's bringing, and this could be the energy that the ancestors are saying. Very, very, very person who is very, very fiery, but very I don't know why I'm hearing the word, and I don't even use this word, boisterous. I don't know. Okay, let's look at this pregnancy card, since ancestors is telling us something about her being pregnant and a baby on the way. It's Karrueche Tran. Is she okay? Thank you, ancestors. You see how that flew out. Okay, this is the Hermit and the Ten of Wands, okay? So, let me make sure that is the Hermit card to make sure, but I'm very sure that it is, okay? And that lets me know some things. She's isolated herself. She's put herself into isolation to not let others know that she's pregnant, and it's becoming a burden. It's a heavy load to carry at this time in reference of her being pregnant. It looks like, maybe it was something out of the blue. Maybe this is, yeah, that's the Hermit, like I thought. Yeah, solitude. Yeah, so she is pregnant and in solitude, okay? Maybe somewhere near the wilderness, which I know Colorado is all about the wilderness. So it looks like she feels alone, okay? Wherever she is and she's pregnant is near some type of nature. But this is some type of situation that she's in, maybe even in contemplation, because it's like with the Hermit, it's like bringing something to the light that could be feeling like a burden to her, seeking truth of some type of situation. Others are probably trying to do that, but also she's trying to put herself in a quiet place, maybe even in nature, to be alone and to connect to herself, to try to figure out what it is that she truly wants to do. That goes back to what we see here with the financial situation and trying to figure out which way to go, right? Because financially, maybe she feels like she's not in the right place. But see, the Ten of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, right? You see how he's carrying that heavy load? That's how she feels about this situation of being pregnant. And maybe others are letting her know this. I mean, she may feel like she is trying to figure out exactly what she needs to do or the load she's going to have to carry. But this is like, okay, she's fighting with some type of situation. Maybe she does feel that the situation with him is not going the way she wants it to go. But it's definitely her being by herself, isolating herself in solitude in some shape, form, or fashion. And it's probably, now that she's pregnant, it's probably because she's having to do this and carry the load and be by herself because the football season has started. So she's probably going to be alone a lot right now. She may be trying to figure out if this is really, truly something she want to do. Plus his age, right? That could be why the ancestors are saying, don't be delusional. It's time to wake the F up, right? Let's see. Let's see about delusional here for Karrueche Tran. Ancestors said the Page of Coins. Ooh. So the ancestors is definitely saying that's Taurus energy, but that's about an opportunity, family, okay? Getting a reward out of this situation, you being delusional about it, okay? That's why the ancestors saying she needs to wake up, okay? Get real about this situation. Yeah, it may be a start of a new coin, but don't get it twisted. This is something that could, you know, with the toxic as F here, I don't know. You know, the King of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Swords on the bottom. The ancestors is like, you can cut through this situation. Energy. Why is that here for Karrueche Tran? Energy. For Karrueche Tran. Energy. Karrueche Tran. She's 37. Yeah, she got a lot of major arcanas here, so I know she's having a lot of big changes. Here is, I want to say, and there's the Queen of Swords again. I have to keep going back to this book because I don't normally use this deck, and they have very different pictures for the major arcanas. So let me get to this and see exactly which one this is, family. Okay. This one is the Temperance. Yeah. Okay. On the energy. So, and she could be doing beach trips because it's like somebody's feet in the sand. So she may have that energy going on right now, but this is about her healing, moderation, patience, spiritual, physical connection, and reconciliation and finding balance. She's trying to find balance in her life, I feel. I feel like the picture that's here, the woman foot in the testing out the waters before she jumps in. So she is trying, that's her energy she's in right now. She's testing out the waters to try to figure out if she wants to do this whole pregnancy thing, I feel. She is maintaining balance when it comes to other things, but financially she doesn't feel that she's in the right space if it comes down to the situation of her being independent, although she does feel that this would be a new opportunity towards money. But the ancestors is saying don't be delusional. This situation could turn out to be toxic as F, messing with this King of Wands in reverse. We know that King of Wands because he is a king, right? But his crown is upside down because the things that he does within relationships sometimes don't always work out. So she's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, family, in reference of her energy right now of what she truly wants to do about this situation, and could be trying to figure out exactly which way she wants to go by herself, feeling like she's, you know, trying to contemplate and figure out exactly what she wants to do in reference of the pregnancy, okay? She's trying to cut through some things, but she's also thinking about the money as well with the Ace of Coins here, and, you know, being in her feelings also. So I definitely feel that energy. Let's pull some love cards and see what's going on in this relationship. And I feel like I've tapped into what I truly see of what's happening with Karrueche Tran. Let's see what the ancestors say about what's to come for her relationship with Dion, if this is the person she's with. Karrueche Tran ancestors. Love situation and what's to come in reference of Karrueche Tran's love situation. This is what, ancestors said this is what she truly needs to ask herself, or she could already be doing this. Is this what you truly want? Okay, for oh, and here's the baby. Ancestors don't lie. Allegedly offer entertainment purposes only. She's in contemplation right now, family, of these two things. See the baby on the way? And here's the question. Is this truly what she wants? And ancestors already showed us the pregnancy here with the Hermit. Okay, baby on the way. Pregnant. So she is pregnant, okay? And she's really, really trying to figure out if this is what she truly wants. Ancestors, clarity in reference of what's to come in reference with this relationship. If she keeps this baby and everything, ancestors, what is it that's going to go on? Yeah, this love is true, okay? But there will be some type of change, okay? You changed, okay? You or them, somebody will change, okay? What else is to come for Karrueche in reference of her relationship? Thank you, ancestors. Sacrifice and compromise. Okay, she's gonna have to make some sacrifices, and some other people are gonna have to make some sacrifices and some compromises for this relationship to work. Otherwise, it looks like it'll get to what the ancestors is telling us up here with the toxic F. So we have it multiple times with this King of Wands, and the ancestors is saying, because there's gonna have to be a lot of sacrifice and compromise. May possibly make things better, but it actually is abusive, or it could become toxic physically, mentally, and emotionally, because of the sacrifice and the things that truly has to happen within this relationship for it to work for Karrueche Tran. Okay. And there it is, it flew out again. So, and here's the lust and the inflictions, okay? So this relationship is a lot based off of lust, right? Her lusting after him lusting after her. This is definitely the energy that's here, but once again, it goes back to me getting it twice in different decks in reference of this King of Wands that's in reverse that she's dealing with and dating, where this could turn into a toxic situation. That's why the ancestors gave us this here about don't be delusional, just looking at the prize, when this is a page. So that's somebody being very immature about how to get to a coin, when in actuality the ancestors is saying it's time to get real, wake the F up. And it may be this that she's needing to ask herself and really think about in reference of this pregnancy. All right, ancestors, give me outcome on how this may end for Karrueche. What's to come, the ending in reference of Karrueche. I'm gonna pull some from the extra deck. What is the ending and what is to come outside of all this information for Karrueche? Victory, success, okay, winning. So she's gonna be winning, but it looks like there's gonna be some type of financial blockages that could be in her way in some way, and this could also be what she's feeling at this time. Remember, we talked about the finances up here, so she's looking at winning some type of way to get out of a financial block. What else goes along with that winning, ancestors, for Karrueche Tran in the situation she's in? Yeah, there's exposure here, okay? There is exposure, so something will be revealed. She needs to listen to her intuition, the ancestors is saying, about whatever this is. So there is something, I feel like that's why ancestors said don't be delusional and something is toxic. This is a male energy. So there will be some type of exposure. There will be something that will be revealed in reference of a male. And she may be getting divination, or she may need to look at some type of divination. That's why the ancestors is saying she needs to look and do some spiritual work here. Karrueche Tran. Yeah, somebody will play mind games when it comes to some great idea that she may have, but somebody is playing mind games and being manipulative, and trickery and corruption is in here, or confusion is in here. So she's got to be very careful of someone playing mind games with her. I feel like that goes back to what the ancestors was saying about, you know, she's in some type of toxic situation. Give me clarity on the toxic situation here for Karrueche Tran and what's to come with her situation. Yeah, ancestors just saying, see, because of the money that she's trying to get, or somebody may give to her, it's still like a bribe or coercion in reference of something in her. The contentment that's there, right? She's happy, she's of gratitude, but there's still something about the hand over the money, okay? That's the toxic part about the relationship, or somebody's trying to just make her happy with something materialistic, but it's really, yeah, and she needs to be very careful of theft, okay? Robbery or larceny, and somebody being fake, okay? Amongst her or around her, a pretender, somebody who's wearing a mask, somebody who's just trying to get something from her. Okay, another card that flew out was isolation. I feel like this is her. Remember, we got that card earlier about isolation, but that was because she was determining and trying to figure out, and that's the Hermit. This card is like getting the Hermit twice. Okay, so we're getting the same cards out on Karrueche, so I'm definitely feeling like I'm tapping into her energy, but she's definitely feeling alone, maybe even a little bit abandoned at this time because of having to do something or make a determining factor on her own, or not spending as much time with the person that she wants to at this time. But this is definitely isolation that she's in. All right, just a few more in reference of Karrueche Tran, of what's to come for Karrueche Tran. What is to come? transformation and change, okay? And she just needs to be very careful of somebody trying to harm her in some shape, form, or fashion. I do feel like she needs to understand of tapping into her heart chakra, because she needs a change. She needs an upgrade to her mindset. The way she's thinking about things right now could be poison into herself. What else, ancestors, about this isolation for Karrueche Tran, the isolation? Yeah, she's being deceived, okay? Deception, energy, trickery. Somebody's playing her like strings, pulling on her heartstrings, and it could be this star that's here, all right? Take it as it resonates, right? But there's some type of trickster that's in her energy. And I have Aquarius energy here. So she can have Aquarius in her chart, or whoever this cool guy is that wears shades a lot, right? Could be the person that is being a little trickery, and there's somebody in cahoots with some type of situation here, or a secret collaboration behind doors of some sort, okay? But I do feel that, and I'm going to wrap it up here. Yeah, she needs to continue to maybe study, get some knowledge or something like that. She's very independent. She does have her angel, earth angel, but she's very independent, and fearless. So she needs to carry out that same energy for herself. It's definitely a lot of energy here about being tricked into something, mind games. Something's going to be exposed to her. She's going to have to make a lot. She doesn't need to be delusional of what's going on just in reference of getting to the money. She needs to make some type of sacrifice and compromise if she wants to consider being in this situation. But she has one foot in and one foot out. It's definitely a pregnancy here. It's definitely some financial situation that's here. And it's definitely some things that maybe she had to put to an end. And now she does feel isolated in some shape, form, or fashion. All right. Much love to you guys. Hit the like button and let me know what you think. But we definitely have that. Today is September the 27th. And yeah, so we do see that she is pregnant, or trying to figure out if she wants to keep it or not. It looks like here, contemplation, very much so with her, of how she wants to deal with this situation. All right. Much love to you. I'll see you soon. Hit the like button. Everything here is allegedly.